Hello, Legion. It's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris MegaCorp in our Roma Galactica II series. We have been discussing a good bit in the comments over the first couple of episodes. Just the nature of when do you build districts and when do you not. You know, it's important because, the population on new colonies has to grow. It's important not to get too far ahead of yourself with clearing all of the tiles. In the same way that in the old system, you wouldn't want to necessarily clear every single tile blocker. Let me actually keep it paused while I'm talking here because I don't want to get interrupted. But you don't want to clear every single tile blocker under the old system, right? And there are tile blockers in this system too, and you don't want to clear those either. And I've been clearing some of them just out of sheer enthusiasm, but the truth is, and it's a fair criticism, that you don't necessarily have to clear blockers for, new districts until there are a population that are available to work the job. So this is still a system that I am learning to play in, so I'm not going to sit here and be too, I guess I'll just say high horse about it, and because I don't entirely understand from experience how it all works, so still learning as I go, and I appreciate the feedback that I get from folks that are kind of taking that same approach and trying to figure out the nuances of it. But there's feedback on both sides of the spectrum, like, don't build too soon, don't build too late, don't wait for unemployment, wait for unemployment, So balancing all of those questions is part of the system, which is part of the fun, and that's what we've been dealing with for the past few episodes in the comments, and I appreciate the feedback, by the way. Also, this episode, for those of you watching the series live, as I always say, I have two audiences. I've got my backlog audience and I've got my live audience. This one was supposed to come out yesterday, so don't worry, we're going to make up time. If you didn't see my community post about this, we are going to have this episode today, and then I'll have another episode tomorrow, so we're going to stay on schedule. It's just been a crazy, crazy week being a graduate student at the end of the semester. Got a lot going on, so thought I would have time to record at least a couple of episodes to get through the week, and didn't have that happen early on. So, the team under Science Officer Maxima Plautius has finished their expedition on Sauzono B2 and returned to the RSS Diodorus. Sadly, the wrecked starships on the surface were too badly damaged to recover any useful technologies. So they were very clearly advanced, and we got some engineering insights if we could analyze them planet side, basically. So we got some experience from that. Very good. Looks like we can still... Yeah, let's go ahead and reinforce that fleet. Gas giant ship. Active scans of Lichtaban 6 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. How are we doing on naval cap? We've got room. Tell you what, let's go ahead and bring that up. So, yeah, I've got these projects to do as well. I can't forget about those. Yeah, let's go ahead and just research that right now. And speaking of research, what are we doing? Yeah, I'm going to let these finish, but I need those projects. Maybe once the Society project finishes. Let's take a quick look at the log again. Yeah. As soon as the Society project finishes, we'll do this, and then this is oh, wow. No, we won't. That's a really long time. Might wait for a bit on that. Grey Disciples, we have one more system to check as well, and I mentioned that at the end of the last episode. It's nearby, too, so... I think we have a science ship that's going to be near that area, so we will try and keep an eye on that. Lots going on already, but we have not met any neighbors, which is going to be a primary focus. So I think maybe probe the dimensional portal. How close are we to being ready for that? 6 months? Yeah, I'll go for that then. That way we can get one of those projects out of the way. Now let's go up to speed 3 and let things develop for a bit. So Colonia Aurora...
Science Division report success.
Nice. Colonia Aurora has already been established and is growing. I think I probably do want to go ahead and go for a pop growth speed modifier. It seems like a good idea given what we've been discussing. I have a bit of an energy deficit at the moment, but it won't necessarily stay that way. And we can't quite get the fleet all the way up to full strength yet. The fleet is... I don't remember the makeup of this fleet. It's 8 and 4? Okay, so this is our missile class corvette. We do not have destroyers yet. And we've got our science ships kind of going in different directions, exploring the space
a new breakthrough
around our territory here. I kind of like the idea of going ahead and unlocking not only automatic exploration, but the survey speed, given how quickly I would like to explore. And we haven't met any enemies yet. Let's go ahead and try to do that. But of course, first, even before that, I would like to research the dimensional portal. So it's going to be a second on physics research. That might actually change my decision.
Project complete.
I'll reevaluate that in a bit. In a masterful display of engineering, the team under Science Officer Metius Laelius has managed to gently raise the derelict ship Unlictabon 6 to the gas giant's upper atmosphere. Despite its age, the ancient cruiser is in remarkably good condition. I got so excited about cruiser that I misspoke. And we have restored power to its systems. No trace of the original crew remains, but we have brought over our own and commissioned the ship into the fleet. Excellent. So we have a cruiser. Look, this one ship is as powerful as like my other 12. What do you look like, though? That's the question. Oh, you look badass. I am totally alright with this. Okay, so let's go ahead and... There we go. Let's merge these guys. And now we have much less naval capacity, but let's go ahead and reinforce build the final Corvette. And that's really good news if we do get in a scrape with anyone. I will not complain about that turn of events. Alright, we've got a bit of an energy deficit occurring at the moment. That will go away slightly when Colonia Caledonia is done. But let's have a look at our job situation for a second. Oh, hello. Is this the surgical terraforming strike? Yes, it is. Actual terraforming lies beyond our grasp at present, so this is an exciting opportunity. So, the very geological structure of Seozona 3 is indeed in flux, driven by what Science Officer Maximal Plautius assures us is a tectonic process as fascinating as it is esoteric. What is of more interest to the Roman Star Empire is that we may be able to strategically halt the planet's ceaseless chaotic self-transformation. In short, a near-instant stabilization of the planet into something slightly, if not entirely more habitable, is theoretically possible. So, I've got enough energy credits to do this, and I have some resources I can sell for more energy credits, so let's go ahead and give them that. For sure. Or not. Okay. Unfortunate. That was weird. That might be a bug. That came through at the exact same time, I think. Pretty sure those events were up at the same time. Alright, well, so much for that. Alright, now let's take a look at what we can do here. Also need to get some stations built, I think. It would be a good idea. Yeah, we need that research station built. But there's nowhere else right now that I know of, aside from Matsonia, that would provide additional energy credits, and we really need some energy stations. We've been kind of light on those, and we're paying the price at the moment. Stations would help, but at the same time they would also hurt to a certain extent, because stations cost... that will affect my energy maintenance as well, having more stations, so there's a little bit of a balance. It depends on what I build on the station as well. Let's see. I want to know what's in Dawntar, but we're still waiting on a few ships to come around that way. Where is my current science ship? You're in Procyon. Okay, cool. Alright, mining station output has been increased by 10%, and we have the Nebula refinery for starbases that are in Nebula, which is to say none yet. Extra Corvette hull points. I kind of like the idea of more minerals from jobs, especially since it unlocks additional options. So let's go with that. Alright, yeah, I know we have a negative balance. For now, tell you what, let's go ahead and sell some food. And then sell some minerals just to offset the negative balance and give us a nice buffer.
Construction complete.
Alright, I was going to look at the jobs a moment ago and then got sidetracked by events. So right now we have 3 specialist pops working on Colonia Aurora. And what jobs are they taking? Colonists. So these pops are working in the main colony building. And then we have our dimensional portal researcher as well. And then we have 1 worker. And you're doing... Looks like you're working in the... Yeah, you're not unemployed. So you must be working in the city district at the moment. Because, yeah, that's the only district that I've built. So... The game automatically, we wouldn't be able to move these pops around, but the game will automatically allocate workers to districts as jobs are kind of available and based on people's strata in society. So right now, since there are no other pops, at least not for the next little bit, we don't need to worry about building in any more districts on Colonia Aurora. All right. I think I will go ahead and build a starbase in Thrad so that we can get that energy set up. I might hold off on colonizing here until our energy deficit is a little bit less of a problem. Okay, we have encountered some form of alien vessels in the Matsonia system. These strange objects have been flagged as Epsilon aliens until we can learn more about them. We should proceed with caution. Okay, it's an alien space station, so there's definitely an alien empire right here. And they control the actual system. So that's not the best news. I'm glad I'm going for Thrad. I really would have liked Matsonia as well. So we're going to need to get Rixum in our territory if we can, but that's going to be a tall order. That makes me wish that I'd expanded that way a little bit sooner. Limbo. The signal originates from the remains of an antenna-like structure. Exploratory probes were dispatched from the RSS Diodorus to the surface to investigate the matter more closely. So is this, yeah, this is the species in Limbo. And how long is this going to take? Oh, it's a special project. Yep. Just research it that way. That's fine. Also, we do need to research those guys. The dimensional portal has almost been researched. Hopefully we get some nice results from that. I'm not even sure what the possibilities might be. And of course, we have fully built up Classis 1, our initial fleet.
Special project complete.
Okay, so we can either download the neural patterns for the aliens. We've seen this event before. It's an old one. Or we can let dead aliens lie. So it's basically just, if you remember from the end of Mass Effect, what happened with the, I mean, not only the Protheans, but was it the Protheans or was it, man, it's been so long since I played Mass Effect 1, but it was at the end of Mass Effect 1, there was a very similar situation where you had a number of people that were, yeah, it was the Protheans. The Protheans, of course, were across the entire galaxy. This is just on one planet, but similar situation. We can either let dead aliens lie or we can download their neural patterns, and we get a nice boost of engineering research either way into our pool. So let's go ahead and download the neural patterns for safekeeping because that can lead to some more interesting plot choices down the road. What do we have here? Good. Maxima Plautius is leveled up. That's what I wanted to see. So we have 2 level 4 scientists now. Aha! Abandoned gateway. An ancient subspace gateway has been located near the Zorkin black hole. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. So this is a gateway to the L cluster right here. And that's closer to us, so we might be able to get that in our territory before someone else snags it. You hurry up and build there, please.
A new world.
There we go. All right, so not like it used to be. That did not change our energy deficit at all. Strange with the dimensional portal on Colonia Aurora seems to connect to a planet which looks very much like Colonia Aurora. Stranger still, there's a signal being broadcast to us through it. Put it on screen. Oh, this is interesting. This is Gaius Hadrianus of the Roman Star Empire. Who are you, portal aliens? No, I am Gaius Hadrianus. Who are you? Fascinating. If what you say is true, I think this portal bridges the gap between alternate dimensions. We are both Gaius Hadrianus, but at some point an event must have caused our respective dimensions to diverge. We should trade through our portal or tell us how you humans fare. Let's say this first. Much the same as it fares in your dimension, I expect. We have spread out through space from Earth since the discovery of the warp drive. The warp drive, we travel by hyperlanes. Ooh, interesting. Perhaps discovering different types of FTL travel was the divergence point between our two... Oh, they're so trolling us right now. I mean, I wasn't too upset about the changes in 2.0 and Apocalypse, but they... Paradox are such trolls. Holy crap. This is exactly what's happening right now. Perhaps discovering different types of FTL travel was the divergence point between our two universes. Does this mean you are not beset by the warp beasts? No warp beasts here. Are they a serious threat? The warp beasts assail every known civilization. They are a threat to all life. As far as we have determined, once warp travel reached a certain critical level in the galaxy, the warp beasts awoke and attacked. Several species we know of have already fallen, but so far we are holding them off. Sounds terrible. Can we help? Yes, we should establish an interdimensional trade treaty to strengthen both our nations, for the benefit of all humans. Yay. So, wait, does that mean I have a contact? I mean, this is me, so not sure. That's really, really interesting, though. I like that a lot. Let's see how that plays out in the future. All right, so we're researching the... Oh, no, we've already met them. Okay, so the Arcanan Citizen League, they're right there. Oh, we've actually met 2 people at once, thanks to contacts. So let's see. Strategos Beak of Bronze sends regards from the ruling council. It's interesting that his name is the Strategos. From the ruling council of the Arcanan Citizen League. We hope for a productive relationship with your people, but be warned that our military will respond to any transgressions near our space with maximum force. They're down here. They are honor-bound warriors, egalitarian, and fanatic militarist. We will fight for our right to exist, or you'll find yourself no match for us. Let's just say, let's be somewhat diplomatic and say we will not be held back, Econans. First alien encounter. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time is received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms what we'd long suspected. We are not alone in the universe. This changes everything. And we have, of course, met the Dis hierarchy as well. All right, so these are hegemonic imperialists. Not as good. Let's say you'll find yourself no match for us. All right, we'll research them. We've detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the Bin2 system. So we found a wormhole. But where? Oh, right there. Okay, so if we can... Oh, God. Getting to that before they do is going to be tough. I'm assuming they're already going for it. So this is going to be a bit of a gamble because I have my energy deficit, but we're going to try and expand nonetheless because now we know we have some competition. There's also an Alpine world that might be worth colonizing there. All right, so the Econan Citizen League has closed their borders. Let's return the favor. But we might be able to trade with them to where things are not completely terrible. Big surprise, they've closed their borders as well. Interesting development. Similarly sized empires, and neither of them are like... I guess this one's pretty close, but there's a little bit of buffer between each of us, which is preferable, I think, at the end of the day.
Construction complete.
Okay, so get those mining stations built, please. And then we also, I would like you to go ahead and... Okay, we need a lot more in the way of alloys, but thankfully we can purchase them. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to go for the 125. Is that enough? Nope. Still need 200. Well, not 200, but we need to hit 200, which means we need just shy of 40 more. All right, so we'll wait for those to come in monthly. Well, do we have to? We could probably... Yeah, there we go. We'll be able to build that station right now. That's better. All right. We probably need to go ahead and do the same in Alpha Centauri, but I wanted to make sure I allocated those resources appropriately. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah, Bin2 is going to be tough to get. This is not necessarily an ideal development.
System reconnaissance completed.
Would like to get the energy deficit dealt with as soon as possible, but we'll see. All right. So the Econan Citizen League has declared a rivalry. Let's do the same. What did we do to you, aside from being next to you? Nothing. That's what we did. Nothing. They're being a little uppity with me. That's fine, though. I've got an ancient cruiser ready to meet them on the battlefield if they decide to try anything tricksy. Seriously, that's one thing that's very comforting to me, that we found that cruiser early on, especially given that we've finally met some neighbors. And I'm glad that happened as well. I was hoping it would happen in this episode, so that worked out in our favor. Out of curiosity. Yeah. Just curious what would disappear if I turn the interface off from up here. Normally I turn it off for screenshots down in the systems, but... Okay, so what are you doing? You need to build a starbase, but we're still waiting.
Anomaly found.
Hello. A vessel of some kind has crashed into the surface of this asteroid. Wreckage from the craft can still be found within the impact crater. Research, please. Figure it out. Tell me what it is. Alright, so we need to translate the explorer's text for sure. Emperor Gaius Hadrianus has developed new skills. Ooh, eye for talent. What does that do nowadays? Leader level cap and leader experience gain. That's good for everyone.
Construction complete.
Glad to see that. Alright, almost... There we go. Ready that exact moment to get the station built. And then we'll be able to go to Zorkin and hopefully to Bin2 before long. After identifying an anomaly in the gravity well of LJG59C, the RSS Gallus has discovered the shattered wreckage of an ancient ore superfreighter buried deep within the asteroid's crust. It must have carried a full load when it crashed, and the asteroid's mineral wealth has been revised accordingly. So this is where? Here in Sagathia. All right. Well, I am hoping that we can loop around and take this territory, because this is clearly kind of in a pocket that could belong to us if we're quick about it. But we also have to be careful with expansion for reasons that I've pointed out a few times
Construction complete.
this episode.
Anomaly
So right
found.
now, hello, Sagathia 1, another anomaly. And we finished, oh good, extra minerals from jobs. So that just made our mineral situation even better than before. Megafurgers, do we want to do that now, or do we... Because we need certain rare resource types which we haven't discovered yet. I think I'd rather go for the coil gun to where my weapons are starting to get a little bit more updated sooner. Please and thanks.
Construction complete.
Okay, good. So we're done here. I'll go ahead and send you there, and you will need to build the mining stations and research stations. All of these will have an energy cost, I know, but at this point we have these two neighbors. I've got enough to offset the energy costs with other things, and I just need to keep an eye on consumer goods, really, and making sure that doesn't bottom out. So that's what I'm doing. That is my strat at the moment. All right, we need a lot more, though, in the way of... Hang on. I don't want to do this too much, but I need these systems, especially the L gate. I want to be very mindful of not overdoing this. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the Zorican black hole added. Interesting, so they've declared a rivalry as well, which is
Recon pass
good.
completed.
As long as they're not teaming up against me, I'm happy with that. Geothermal. The measured pounding observed from orbit is the motion of immense and ancient geothermal extractors, breathing their last. Built and then abandoned at some point in the distant past, the vast batteries of disintegrating machinery have been pumping up superheated fluids from the planet's core ever since. Hey, look, 1,000 extra energy credits. Thank you very much. That's perfect timing. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what we can do here. So I need to build a trade hub, absolutely, because not only will that help us potentially trade with them if our relationship gets better, but also, from what I understand about it, we'll take a look at trade routes really quickly. All right, I think I need to build a station to collect this trade value. All right, so it's got a trade protection value of 2, which is nice. Well, it says up to 2 is protected from piracy. So piracy will develop the more lucrative the trade route gets. And with the station being built here and potentially trade routes coming in from the Econ and Citizen League, what I'm probably going to do in between episodes is revisit the trade dev diary, which I haven't looked at in a few days, and really just kind of think in terms of, like, how do I capture that? I'm pretty sure that's just by building a starbase. We'll get that added to our territory. Or it might even be just by virtue of having an outpost that's already there. Tell you what, let's close this screen. Oh, interesting. All right, so it's actually here. Dang it. All right, so right-clicking on that didn't do anything. I think the way it works is that this trade value gets sent to this station, but you need a trade hub in order to collect it, if I'm not mistaken. You can feel free to correct me in the comments. Again, I'm going to revisit that dev diary just to make sure I am familiar with the mechanics. Nice. New tradition available. Let's see. Ooh, those are two difficult choices. I think I'm actually going to boost survey speed because we need to discover additional territory as quickly as possible given our situation. I would like to expand out this way and I don't want to be locked in. I want to find my way to, like, another arm, for instance. I don't want to get galactic landlock. Okay, we officially have unemployment here, so we can build one of our first districts. And guess what kind of district I'm going to build? That was a no-brainer. So we have one unemployed pop. And they are... Let's have a quick look here. Okay, it's a worker pop, which is perfect. When that district is done building, that situation will be resolved. Now, so this is one of the advantages of having the new districts built in advance, is that you never have the unemployment issues that kind of that can pop up. So we do have a slot for additional buildings here. Let's see. Earth had research labs. I think research labs are probably a good idea here as well. But that requires a planetary administration. Interesting, so we can't do that just yet. All right, so we can turn minerals into alloys, probably a good idea. Autoton monument. Unity and society research, also a good idea. Minerals into consumer goods, also a really good idea. Let's do civilian industries first. Let's just do that to where we're pretty confident that consumer goods are not going to be a problem as our colonies continue to get bigger
Science
and better.
Division reports a new breakthrough.
Nice. All right, pop growth speed is now higher. Let's go for... Oh, we've been playing for 25 minutes already. Where does the time go? All right, so... Ocean ecology management. Don't know that I need that yet. Let's do adaptive bureaucracy so we can have the leader cost reduction. I kind of like that idea. And then, are there any special projects I need to look into? Yeah, the explorer's text. I think I will go ahead and do that. It's not taking quite as long now. All right, so that district is being built. It'll be done before the end of the episode here, and that unemployment will go away. So, if you're wondering... Hang on, let's see if the tooltips here will tell us a little bit more. They might reduce the stability of the planet. So it's not showing any negative modifiers from unemployment at the moment, but these things will become more complex as the series progresses, for sure. Nice. The RSS Gallus has discovered volatile motes. That's yet another reason to get to that system because of the volatile motes there. That's one of the rare resources that we need for the next level of, for the alloy megaforgers. That's what we need. I'm not going to stop saying that. I don't know how it came out of my mouth in the last episode, but now that it's happened, we're sticking to it. All right, so generator district needs to finish up. And then we will stop this one for the day so I can get it uploaded. Might be a little bit behind schedule. It's been a fun week.
Anomaly found.
A good way, though. Getting stuff done. Let's see. Our science officer has found an anomaly. It will require extensive probing, but could garner a substantial find. Research it, then.
Taking evasive action.
Who have we here? Emerald roamers in the Helam system. Okay. But the question is... We can go ahead and add these systems, right? Alright, not quite sure what's going on. I might have had some overlapping orders by mistake here. But, alright, we finished building that district, and now we no longer have unemployment on Colonia Aurora. Our energy credit situation has gotten a little better. But now that we have the generator district going, and we can continue that and kind of reduce that over time. I'll stop this one here. In the next one, we're going to try and expand out, like I said, in this direction. Look for an arm, or a hyperlane in which we can expand to this arm of the galaxy, and towards the Aregia patch as well. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.